Good morning, everyone. Pastor Corey Rowland here with Yorksville First, Midvale, and Newport Global Methodist Church. Bring you a devotional today out of the book of Lamentations and Lamentations 4:1. How gold has lost its luster, even the finest gold has become dull. The sacred gemstones lie scattered in the streets. So this is Jeremiah's lament over the state of Israel as they are being conquered by the nation of Babylon. God foretold through the prophets that Babylon would conquer the nation because of their many sins. They had turned their backs on the Lord, and as a result of that judgment, Babylon would conquer them. Now, what Jeremiah does with the book of Lamentations is he gives us rather a lengthy lament over the current state of Israel. You see, lamenting was an ancient practice of, a biblical practice, I should say, of grieving, and still is a biblical practice of grieving, that allows us to grieve over the current situation or the current thing that is happening. But a lament is done in such a way that it is grounded and rooted in the promises and comfort of God. As in, not giving in to despair, voicing the things that cause grief, voicing the things that are not right or the things that make us upset, but not losing our ultimate hope in the ultimate promise of God. You know, God promised the people of Israel that even though they were to be exiled, that he would one day bring them back into the land, that he would one day end their exile. But that doesn't mean that Jeremiah is not going to lament over the current state of his people. I mean, they are in one of the darkest moments in their history. Of course, even though God's promised ultimate restoration and Jeremiah is not losing faith in that, Jeremiah still laments over the people of Israel. And look at how he describes in Lamentations 4:1, gold has lost its luster. You know, gold's a precious metal. It was one of the most valuable metals of biblical times, and even today, one of the most highly sought after of the precious metals. And yet Jeremiah is saying it has no allure anymore. It has no luster. Even finest gold has become dull. And then the gemstones, the sacred gemstones, you know, not just the normal precious stones, the sacred gemstones, the one that the priest would wear on his ephod in order to remind him of the people of Israel he served. These precious stones representing the people of Israel as he would go before God. These sacred stones lie scattered in the streets. You know, it's a dramatic scene showing them truly how far they have fallen from the Lord. One of the things that I pick up on right away in verse 1 is really how lamenting or grief or trials and tribulations really call into question our priorities, right? Because, you know, there would probably have been a lot of people in Israel that while times were good, they sought gold, they wanted more and more and more, and they were, you know, they lusted after these precious metals, and now that everything's falling in around them, Jeremiah is saying, it's lost its luster, it's not all it's cracked up to be. You know, where are you putting all of your hope? Where are you putting all of your priorities? Where are you putting all of your focus and attention? Because those that trusted in these precious metals, those that sought after these precious metals, well, they were disappointed because when Babylon came closing in around them, there's nothing they could do about it. And it really, like for us today, are you giving God all that he deserves? Are you putting him as first place in your heart? Because when things come crashing around you, I promise you're not going to want to be surrounded by gold and silver. I promise you're not going to want to be surrounded by worldly possessions. You're going to want to know that you have a good relationship with the Lord, a solid relationship with the Lord, because that's the only thing that's going to carry you through the darkest of storms. The people of Israel quite literally their life as they knew it was coming to an end. The nation that they thought would last forever is coming to an end. Now, of course, God will bring them back and God will eventually restore them, but only after their hearts turn back to him. You see, the people of Israel thought that the material blessings were good enough. They thought, oh, God's temple is here. God's never going to abandon us because his temple is here. Oh, God has blessed us. We are his people. But their hearts turned from the Lord, and then everything they put their hope in, everything they put their stock in, crumbled down upon them. So where are you putting all your hope in? I pray that your hope is in the Lord. I pray that you seek him and pursue him above all else, because while gold and silver may let you down one day, boy, the Lord will never let you down. I pray that even if you're going through a season of lament where maybe there are things in your life that you are crying out before God, that even if you're going through a season of lament, that you would know that the Lord loves you, that you would know and have your faith firmly rooted in his promises. I promise you, he will never leave you nor forsake you. So do not trust in the material things of this world. Trust only in the everlasting and unchangeable promises of God. Amen.